Hey, what's going on, everybody? Listen, so we've got the split screen. I've got a special guest with me today, and we are going to do an episode of 21 questions where we just bring someone from the community, that I can learn about and share with you guys. We're nerding out on fragrances. And this is a special episode because I believe this is the first lady we've had on the channel. And I hope I hope it's just the beginning, because I'd like to see more women in fragrance chat, at least on my channel, so we can get just the full color of spectrum of all people involved in fragrances. And so before we dive into 21 questions, I'd love for you to introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi everybody. I'm Christine. My channel's name is Christine Coyote Fragrances, and I started my channel back in late December. So it's just a channel about perfumes mostly now. From time to time, I talk about other things, but it's mostly a perfume channel. Yeah,
Awesome. Okay.
fragrance channel. Yep.
And before we get into our 21 questions, do you need to shake any nerves off?
No. Mm-mm. This is my first
Okay.
time. No.
Perfect. Well, you can answer these questions as quickly or as lengthy as you want. There's no rules and regulations to this. I'm just going to ask you a question. I might piggyback off of it, but after you answer, just I might elaborate or something, and then we're just going to see if we can get all the way through the 21 questions. And hopefully by the end of it, people know a little bit more about Christine Coyote Fragrances. Sound good?
Sounds good. Let's go.
Okay,
Yep.
let's get this started. So,
Okay.
question one. When did you first get into fragrance?
So it was when I was very young. I first got into fragrances probably around 4 or 5 years old. Right around the time when Lancome Trésor came out. I was really small, and when back in the day, when they would sell a perfume at the stores, they would always give a little mini with it. It's like I have a mini here now. I have this little mini perfume. But so basically, my mom gave me her mini Trésor, and I would have it on my nightstand as like a 4 year old, and I was always smelling it. Sometimes I would put it on. So it was at a very young age that I initially got into perfumes.
And did you start collecting at that point, or that's just your introduction with it? Like, how long did it take till you got into I'm buying perfumes and collecting them?
Okay. So that was actually it kind of started a collection, right? Because back in the 90s, it was very like the gift with purchases were really elaborate. So they were giving a lot of little minis here and there with like a gift with purchase. Every time, she would buy like lipstick, it was, oh, here's a mini this. So I had actually, when I was small, and even till now, a big mini collection. And I was, kind of just playing around with it. Like, what does a 4 or 5 year old know about perfumes? You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was kind of like me playing with my dolls and having a bunch of perfumes on the side. And so when I was a kid, and then I kind of stopped for a while. I don't want to ramble. Tell me when to stop because I could talk. I'm a
Sure.
chatterbox.
No, keep going.
Yeah, yeah. So then when I was my first perfume was when I was probably early teenage years was my actual official perfume. It was a fragrance from Bath and Body Works called Sagittarius because that's my zodiac sign. And I was just really into astrology back then. And I remember going to the mall with my mom and I'm like, oh, I want this so bad. Because it was like, I thought it's the coolest thing ever. But anyways, and then before that, it was just like body sprays here and there, but that was like my first official perfume. And then high school was Britney Spears Curious. I wasn't like a frag head. I didn't have like multiple fragrances. It was kind of like whatever somebody would give me and whatever somebody would, like whatever I was interested in here and there, celebrity stuff. But I didn't really get into the crazy perfumes until probably college, like when I was officially like, okay, I want all these perfumes.
Okay. And this isn't a part of
Yeah.
the 21, but I'm just curious.
Yeah.
What do you remember at all? What was the feeling like when you got that first Bath and Body Works fragrance and it was like a bottle of fragrance and wearing it out and
Yeah.
about, it kind of becomes a part of your arsenal.
Yes.
What was that feeling like in terms of just wearing that out and about? Was it a confidence booster? Was it excitement? Was it fairly regular?
it was like you just felt cool, you know? It's like it's no more minis, it's no more samples, it's no more, oh, like she's not looking, she's at work, let me go to my parents' room and grab a perfume. It was like something that was mine and like I felt like, can we say a bad word? I felt like
Yeah, yeah.
the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what, like, right
Yeah.
off the bat, was it just every day you're wearing the fragrance, or is it something you just dabbled with?
Something I honestly, I would wear it to class a lot, but it was more like if it was someone's birthday, I would spray that thing on.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Give it a little
Like it
bit of
was,
extra love.
yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. It was cool. Yeah, that was like my first um experience, like official experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember mine was same thing. You felt cool. You couldn't wait to see
Yeah,
people's reaction to it. It just made you feel good. Okay, so next
yeah.
question: what are some scent profiles that you're easily drawn to?
Okay, so I'm easily drawn to a lot of things I can't wear a
Okay.
lot because I live in a really hot climate. And unfortunately, the fragrances that I'm really drawn to are for a different climate.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it sucks, right?
Cold
Like,
weather
so my
leaning and stuff.
favorite, yes, yes, I love it. So, my favorite perfume probably of all time is Calvin Klein Obsession.
Okay.
You know, the amber, spicy, vanillic, cinnamony. That's my favorite profile, but I can't wear that year round.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You know,
Awesome.
it's just it's not gonna work out here. But wintertime, I'm really enjoying that. So that's what I'm drawn to. I'm drawn to a lot of vanillic, cinnamon, spicy, that vibe of a fragrance. But that's not necessarily what I buy a lot because I like it's just gonna sit there. I'm never gonna wear it.
I fall
Yeah.
into that issue so much because, I'm in California often, but I'm in Arizona most of the
Mm-hmm.
time. And like it is a
Mm-hmm.
100+ degrees basically year round. So I always tell
Mm-hmm.
people I don't really pick fragrances based off the climate here. I base the climate off of what the temperature is in the room or building that I'm going to be
Mm-hmm.
in. Because if I was
Mm-hmm.
judging it by the weather, all my fragrances would be citrus and aquatic. And that's just boring to me,
Right.
So
Right, right, right.
I could totally
Yeah.
relate. Now, do you prefer? I apologize for my lack of description here because I know it's a little bit loaded, but I'm sure you'll know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself preferring, and it could be both, but do you find yourself preferring um, simple and easygoing fragrances that you don't have to think about a lot, or do you prefer complex or more daring scents that might be challenging or just above the commonplace type of stuff?
Um, Again, back to like I'm more drawn to like stuff that I've fallen in love with has have been mostly really complex fragrances, you know? It's
Mm-hmm.
never been the light blue D&G. It's never been the like easy stuff. It's always
Mm-hmm.
been like the really complex stuff. Like same with people, right? You're like, I don't know, for me, I'm drawn to really like twisted characters. But I'm just saying, like, that's what I am with my perfumes too. Same with art and movies. Like, you know, I think like perfume is art, and so I'm really drawn to the complex stuff, but I don't necessarily buy them because I don't like, I'm never gonna wear them. I mean,
Yeah.
I have some complex fragrances. Again, they're winter time. So I guess to answer your question, I go to light stuff,
Mm-hmm.
freshies, gourmands, freshies, because I have to, like, because that's what's gonna get worn, and people aren't gonna, if I go to the office, they're not gonna like be, it's not gonna be off-putting and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
hope I answered your question. I
Totally.
do, yeah, yeah, okay.
So are there any chapters of your life that you associate a particular fragrance with?
Yes,
Okay. Would you
yeah.
like to share a couple?
Yeah, so okay, so college was my like I had a couple of signature scents. One of them was D&G L'Imperatrice. It's basically, I've posted about it a couple of times. It's a watermelon aquatic freshie, really unique fragrance, really beautiful fragrance. So I associate that with my, I want to say like junior year of college, junior or senior year of college. And like, not just college, I'm not talking about like school, I'm talking about like the people I met, stuff like that, relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I really try to wear it. And I love that fragrance so much. And it kind of sucks because I'm trying to build new scent memories. So I don't remember like that part of my life. And I graduated school around the recession. So it was kind of like a really difficult time to be a senior because it was like the job market sucked. And it was just a really stressful time. I was in college working like jobs. Um, crazy classes, right?
Yeah.
Like I had a crazy curriculum. So and I had a crazy person I dealt with. I don't want to like go that route, but it was a bad relationship. It was a really toxic, bad relationship, right? So, so long story short, that fragrance reminds me of that time period, of that toxic person, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, sometimes
unfortunately,
we
you
don't
know.
always get great memories sometimes, but there's still memories. It's still nostalgia, and you
Right.
see a fragrance and it takes you to a place. I mean, we're probably around the same age cuz I graduated in '07, which was right there. So, um well, high school at least. But
Yeah.
um cool. So, yeah, I as you started talking, I was immediately thinking about fragrances I wore during that time period. And I don't know whether they're good memories or bad memories, but I definitely remember them.
Right.
But
Right.
okay, cool.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
um now is there a particular fragrance in your collection that just means the most to you?
Um, it's a good question. Probably that one because I think I've like, oh my God, that's such a hard question, but it's a good question.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say Trésor by Lancôme because it's kind of like, and I have a lot of bottles of it. I want to say I have about 5 or 6 bottles of that fragrance just because it was gifted to me. I got a bottle, and it's like I said, it's the first mini perfume that I had when I was small, was a bottle of Lancôme Trésor.
Yeah.
It's, I guess, vintage at this point to some people. If you didn't grow up around that time period, it will smell like, the younger kids now, they'll say, oh, it's a granny perfume. I don't think it is, but I want to say that's one of my, well, the ones that I have. It's my favorite because of like that's that memory of like, my mom used to wear it, and so I think of her and stuff like that when I wear it. Yeah.
Yeah. I find like it's funny cuz you think that question would point you towards maybe a fragrance that is like incredible, but as I think through that question, it sometimes the things that mean the most to you is because of the life and memories around it. And a lot of times that has nothing to
Right.
do per se with the fragrance specifically. It's
Right.
just that there was a lot of meaning around that time and that was the fragrance in the air. So yes, it
Right.
has more weight to it. You know, it's like
Yeah.
playing a song on the radio that's tied to a memory, you know? Um,
Right.
yeah, that's awesome though. Just to it's I know it's a tough question, and I'm sure like if you really sit down with good time with it, like you can think of a million like fragrances that have some level of like deep
Yeah.
meaning to you. Now,
Yeah.
um, is there a fragrance that you wear to? How do I ask this? Because I know how I have it written, but I'm trying to
Yeah.
self edit right here. We have our normal hustle and bustle, right? We go to work, we pay
Mhm.
bills, maybe
Mhm.
we have a hobby, whatever. Is there a fragrance that you wear that takes you away from feeling like something you'd normally wear in that city with that climate, like your escape fragrance?
Yeah, so my escape fragrance, I call it my good time fragrance. It's called Vodka on the Rocks by Killian. I have
Mm.
it on my
Oh
channel,
yeah,
but it
yeah, that's a great
basically
fragrance.
smells like, yeah, it smells like vodka on the rocks, and it's weird. Like that perfume's genius because it's very textured.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very like you feel the texture of the drink. To me, when I spray it on, I feel ice. I feel a piece like a I feel lime. I feel the lime zest. Like it's very layered and complex. And yeah, that fragrance honestly just smells like the notes are interesting. That's all kinds of stuff, but to break it down, it honestly just smells like a vodka on the rocks, like a vodka tonic with a lime wedge with ice. It just smells like New Year's Eve to me, like a good time. It's such a good fragrance, and that really like is my escape from like stressful times. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
a
I
great
love that
fragrance. By
fragrance.
Killian
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
gourmands and entry level gourmands very well. Like, you know,
Right.
even fragrances that I might not wear, I still super appreciate the fact that the name on the bottle is like what you feel on the fragrance. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And one of
Yeah.
my favorite fragrances, Straight to Heaven, is like one of my elite top tens. So I have a lot of respect and love
Right.
for By Killian. Okay, so um, is there you might name a similar fragrance, whatever. I'm just curious because I'm trying to peel back the layers here. Is
Yeah.
there a fragrance that you wear that you're like, I don't care? Because a lot of times when you think about a fragrance, sometimes you think about where you would wear it, how you would wear it, and all that. But is there a fragrance that you're ever drawn to where you're like, I don't care what anyone thinks if I wear this fragrance, I'm wearing it?
Hmm. You know what? Oh my God. So hard. No, because I honestly do care. Because like I don't want to be like it just like I don't want to be off-putting, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But there is a phrase. So like I mean it depends. Like yes and no, right? I'm mostly conscious of like, all right, people are gonna think, what the hell? What do you have on? What is
Yeah.
this? But sometimes when I like during my work hours and stuff, when I really need to zone in on something, I don't know why, call me crazy, Creed Ventus, but for men, that just gets me in this like really zoned out mood. And I know I smell like a guy, right? Like for sure. I get, "Oh, you're wearing a men's cologne all the time," when I put it on.
Uh
And
huh.
I'm like, yes, I need to be in that mood, especially when like at the office, like I work with a lot of guys, and so it's kind of like I don't want to be smelling, I don't
Flowery
want to
and
smell like the
sugary.
snack.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I want to smell like one of them,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So it kind of helps me get in that like masculine energy, especially when it's like a lot of like goals and stuff to do. But that was like when I was going into the office more. And so yeah, that's one where I could care less what they say. That one is like going on it's goaded for my get stuff done perfume.
That's
Aventus for
awesome.
men. Call me crazy. Yeah.
No, no, that makes all the sense in the
Yeah.
world. And I even have some fragrances like where they're not allowed to leave my house. I will only wear
Yeah.
them in my house. So
Oh,
like for
yeah.
me, those are certain I don't care fragrances cuz I'm not buying it for you. I'm buying it like completely for me and
Yeah.
but I might not go out with them. Some of them I might test run outdoors. I have a
Yeah.
fragrance called Slow Explosions, and it smells like Tom Ford's Oud Wood drenched in red sangria. And I don't know why I like it, but it does something to me. But so I kind of
Hmm.
tiptoe around, am I going to wear it outside or is it
Yeah.
just going to be my, you know,
Yeah.
book and candlelight kind of fragrance? Uh,
Yeah.
Um, do you have here's a just a general question, more lighthearted. Have you ever this is either a dumb question or it's going to be helpful for people. Have you ever given somebody a compliment on their fragrance?
Yeah, all the time. All the
Okay.
time. Yeah,
Okay.
but sometimes I know what it is and I'll say, "Oh, you're wearing this." And sometimes it's like either they gatekeep it, or yeah, I do though. I do give compliments. Like if somebody smells good, I'll say it, even if it's like, you know what it is most of the time? It's most of the time like on a guy. Every time I've complimented, it's been Blue de Chanel. I
Uh-huh.
swear. That thing smells so good in the air. Um, but other than that, like I don't really know what it is most. Like it's mostly been Bleu de Chanel where I'm like, wow, you smell good. What is that? It's like Bleu
Mm-hmm.
de Chanel. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Um,
Yeah.
what is a fragrance that you wish men would wear more?
Okay. I think geez, that's a good question. Hmm. I don't know off the top of my head. I wish they would wear. Are you talking about like what environment though? Like that depends. Like work or like
Is there any fragrance that you really like on a man that you just don't smell enough, like you just or that you've come across that you're like, man, I wish more men would. This would be a really great fragrance for a man. I mean, it could be anything. There's no right or wrong answer.
yeah, like I love the new Dior Homme 25. Love that stuff. And I know that it's like it gets bashed a lot, but I love that smell.
Yeah,
And I wish more guys would like wear it more. I don't really smell it out like that much in public.
yeah. No, well, I think I think that'll probably change when it comes down in price.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start speeding up here. Now we're just gonna
Okay, yeah.
vroom on the gas.
Okay,
So
yeah. Yeah.
in your observation in life, not online, do you feel like men care too much or too little about fragrances?
Too much.
Too much okay, so in your daily walk, you've
Hmm.
seen a lot of men really into fragrances.
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. In LA? Oh yeah. Anybody, people you don't even expect, the mailman, the UPS guy, people at the gym, grocery stores, produce like yes, it's everywhere.
Okay. Okay. And then you've been into
Yeah.
fragrance for quite a long time. Has your taste changed over the years in any kind of major way?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. That's
No.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Here's a weird one. Name a celebrity that
Hmm.
for whatever reason makes you curious what kind of fragrances they wear.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, like all the time. Like every like people in the movies, like more like their character. I always wonder what did my favorite character in that movie wear? Or yeah, celebrities all the time. Like for a long time I wondered what Dolly Parton wore. And I dug around online and apparently her signature is Miss Dior. Like just, people you looked up to like I always wonder what Cher wore. Just like Madonna, I know wore Fracca. Just, big like people, you grew up like idolizing.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. Is there a
Yeah.
fragrance that you've
Yeah.
recently had your eye on that you've been wanting to pull the trigger on, but you haven't yet?
Yes. Yes.
Which one
Okay.
is it?
I haven't bought it yet because I'm still like, oh, I don't know. It's Dior's Bois d'Argent. Argent. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's part of the private line. There's a couple of them, but that's one of the main ones where I just haven't pulled the trigger yet because I know there's an intense version coming out that I still haven't smelled. And I just haven't got it because it was always been a skin like to me it's always been a skin scent. I'm talking really fast because I know we're low on time. Sorry.
You're good.
I know it's a skin scent, yeah, so to me, I'm like, I don't know if I should spend that much for a skin scent, but that's always been one that I really thought was a beautiful fragrance. It's called Bois d'Argent. It's a French name, so I'm gonna butcher it, obviously, but it's very beautiful, comforting incense. That's how it smells like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I've put my nose to that actually.
yeah.
Okay, so in your life, if your life was made into a movie, what would be the
Hmm.
fragrance that you would be wearing in the opening scene?
Oh, probably. God, that's such a good question. You know what? It would be Bois number 9, West Side.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. It's just
Nice.
a really beautiful musky rose floral, but it's beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Nice. And then what's a fragrance house you think more people should know about?
Um, I think I mean, I love Initio. I only have like one thing from them, but everything that I've smelled, I just wanted. I just haven't gotten around to getting it yet. But it's one of those DNAs that the house itself has a lot that I enjoy.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to the last question. So here we go. You're
Okay.
involved in fragrance content, right? Is
Hmm.
there anything in particular that has made your journey better from that?
You mean like YouTube, like the YouTube side of
Yeah, ever
things?
since you started creating content,
Yeah.
has it improved your journey at all?
Yeah, definitely. I've come across a lot of cool people on this space, and also I learned a lot about, new perfumes, like worth trying. Um, Situational type things like this perfume will go good with this situation. I never really thought about it like that. And now I'm like, okay, like I'm going to the store, what do I wear? Okay, going to work, what do I wear? Going for a
Yeah.
walk, what do I wear? Like really situational stuff that I like. It's kind of like overkill with the situational stuff, but I never really thought about it. And now I'm like thinking about it. So it kind of changes my perspective on perfumes.
Mm-hmm.
Like scent of the night, scent of the day. It's
Yeah.
it's just kind of fun, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of
Yeah.
consumes you, right?
It does. It does. And like I never used to think about it. I was just putting stuff on. Now I'm like, wait a minute, what's my set of the day today? Like how is this gonna change my life? What do I wear today? That type of
Yeah,
thing.
for
Yeah.
sure.
It's
You
just
gotta
becomes
love
overly
fragrance culture.
important.
It's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
encompassing.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I really appreciate you for doing 21 questions. Learned a lot of really interesting stuff. I always like 21 questions because it's just a really lighthearted, like icebreaker for people to get to know one another. And I'd definitely love to have you back to do some more like concentrated fragrance discussion and stuff, especially now that people know a little bit more about you and can put things into context and stuff. Why don't you let everybody know where they can find you and look at your content?
Yeah, my YouTube channel.
Yep. So I'll put
That's
her
it.
information
Yeah.
into YouTube. Do you do content at all on any other platforms?
Don't. No, I don't. I'm so busy that I barely have time to be on YouTube. I try to do lives more just so I can interact with people versus long form videos. Before it was just, I was more heavy on the long form, reviews.
Mm-hmm.
But I do shorts, I drop shorts from time to time. But lately I've really been getting into live streaming just so I can connect with people more. And and unfortunately for now, it's just off YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly, I'm
Yeah.
the same way. I do not do any other content outside it. Well, I do, but not for fragrance.
Right.
Everything I do is on YouTube, and that's where I focus. So I can relate. Well, guys, I'm gonna put Christine Coyote Fragrance's YouTube in the description below so that you guys can tap into her content. Please, if you support me at all, make sure you go across her page and show her some love. Get in those live chats when she goes live, and just check out her perspective on fragrance. She's passionate about it. That's the number one thing I could tell right away when watching her content. She's just into this stuff. And so it's always been fun. I've popped in on many occasions just to kind of hear her perspective. And one thing I notice is just being in the fragrance community, everybody's different, but a lot of people really, really, really love fragrances. And I just love hearing about the stories and the conversations and the fragrances because I know about so many more fragrances, so many more houses, and so many different ways to think about fragrance. And it really just makes me realize like fragrance is just a cool privilege. It's
Yeah.
a mood lifter. It's something to take your mind off the day. It's just fun, you don't have to. We think a lot about it, but it's really not something you have to think about too hard to enjoy. So that's the great part about it. I want to thank you so much for joining me. I loved
Yeah.
hearing about your story and
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
personality
thanks
and
for having
stuff.
me anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. Thanks for
So
having me.
guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions for Christine, put them in the comment section below. I'll interact. If you have questions for me, she'll interact. If you have questions for her, let us know who we should have on next because I want to get more women on here just to include them on this channel. I want my channel to just be a platform for people to be able to interact from all walks of life and to just have fun and enjoy it. There's a lot of negative feedback about FragCom, and I get a lot of it because it's a weird place a lot of times. But we can kind of redefine that for ourselves by creating the community that we want in our own little circles. So that's what we're going to try to do. And I'm really enjoying the time we had tonight. I'll have the information in the description below. And until next time, this was 21 Questions with Christine Coyote Fragrances, and you guys have a wonderful night.